Hello everyone, my name is Saqib Ahmed and this is the last part of the detailed sales analysis project and this is the sales analysis part. So now I have to create the another file. So if you have not seen the part 3 of this project, please visit all those videos before jumping to this videos. So now I want to create the new file and named as sales analysis. Now I want to import the NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib and C1 for the analysis. After importing these four libraries, now I want to load the new sales data which I have stored in the last video explore dataset. So I want to copy the new sales data path and using pd.to underscore pd.read underscore csv pd.read underscore and stored in a variable df. So now I want to check the data type of all columns. So here you can see that all the data types all the data types of all columns are correct, but the order date column data type is not correct. It should be date time uh, data type. So I'm converting this column into date time. So I'm using pd.to underscore date time. So the column is converted into date time. So I reassign in order date column. So now I want to create the new column amount using quantity ordered and price each. So there is a multiplication between the ordered quantity ordered and price each column. It gives the amount of each sales. Now, I, the first analysis is basically finding the total sales throughout all months of 2019 data. So to do this, I'm using sum dot sum on amount column basically. So this is the total sales in 2019. Now I want to fetch the month numbers from order date columns and store in a new variable month. So month df. Here I'm using dt, which is a functionality of date time. And here we can see the new column is created, which is a month number. It shows the month number basically. So now I want to create the another column and named as the month name, which is the name of the month. So again I'm using the dt of date time column, but here month name. So now I want to see whether the column is created or not. So here we can see the month name column is also created. So if so I want to check the data type of all columns again. So here you can also see that the month name is the object data type. Month number is basically a month in integer data type, and the order date column is a date time data type. And now I want to find the total sales according to each month and the average sales also. So to do this, I'm using group by with aggregate function df dot group by df dot group by on month name dg total sales is the new columns basically that I'm doing sum of amount, and also I'm finding the average sale, which is the which is basically the mean of the amount column. So what's the error? Amount. So amount is the in capital, capitalize. So now I want to change into a data frame. So to do this, I'm using research underscore index. Now I'm storing this data in a variable MDF. So now I want to show the data using a bar plot, basically the data of about total sales with respect to month name. So to do this, I'm using plt dot bar, and giving the month name in a x axis and total sales in y axis. So here you can see the total sales with respect to each month. So I want to resize this graph. So to do this, I'm using plt dot figure fixed size, and I'm giving the 12 as in x-axis and 5 as a y-axis. So this is the not correct way to show the total sales each month. So I want to basically show the data according to the month name, basically that is starting from January till December. So to do this, I'm doing the group by basically df dot group by, or you can say, yeah, df dot group by. Oh, yeah, so before doing the group by, I want to save the this data, basically the average sales and the total sales as a top month. So to do this, I'm saving MDF data to MDF dot to underscore CSV, and I'm passing the path in which I want to store this data in a CSV format. So I'm storing this data as a top month in CSV format and passing the index is equal to false. So now I want to check whether the data is saved or not. So here you can see the top month sales data. Now I want to show this above data as starting from January sales to December sales. To do this, I'm again using the DF data frame, and I'm doing the group by on the basis of two columns. The first one is the month column, the second one is the month name column. So basically it group by first on basis of month, which is the month number, and then doing the group by on the month name column. So this is the best approach to show the average sales according to the month wise. So to do this, I'm doing group by again on amount column, and total sale is the new column name, and I'm doing sum on amount column, and now here you can see the total sales with respect to the each month name. So now I want to save this data as a data frame. So to do this, I'm using reset underscore index first of all. So this is converted into a data frame, and I want to store it as in a variable as TDF. So TDF. So now I want to show this data using a line chart. So it's better. So firstly, I want to tell you that whenever we are showing the month data or a yearly wise data, the line chart is the best approach. So to do this, I'm using plt dot plot and TDF month name as in a x-axis, and TDF total sale on y-axis. So I want to resize this graph plt dot figure fix size 12. Right. So it looks good now. Now I want to add the marker here so it is easy to see the data. So not star, I'm using over here. Yeah, this looks good. Now I want to write the X label, basically plt dot X label some month. Yeah, good. And Y label as a total sales. And again I'm using plt.grid for better visual. Yeah, and give the title as a sales. Plt.title sales data. Yeah, so if you want to save this data in basically any folder, so to save the uh, chart, I'm using plt.savefig, which is used to save this graph. So now I'm giving the file path in which I want to save this data. Yeah, so it is pretty much large path. Basically, the path is very looks very long, and I am saving this graph as a month wise sales. And also I want to mention, whenever we are saving the graph or chart which we are created using a matplotlib seaborn, should be stored as in a png format. So basically, yeah, so let's check. So now I want to check. Yeah, there's a problem in this now. So now we can say that this graph is stored as in a PNG format in this file. So it looks good. We can say that we are saving the graph for the analysis purpose. Now I want to find that which city sold the most product. Which city sold the most product. So here I'm using the purchase address column. So purchase address. So I am dividing the data of purchase address columns on the basis of comma delimiter. So to do this, I'm using purchase address column str dot using split function and passing the delimiter comma and doing till expand is equal to true. So it works at the till last. So here we can see the three column is created. The first one contains the address. The second one is contain the city, and the third one column. I think this is the you can say code. So I'm using only the first column, that is basically the city column, So now I want to save in a variable d. Sorry, d. Now I'm using the d1 column, that is city column, and store in by creating a new column as a city. So this column contain the all city name. So here you can see the city column is created, and the data are stored by fetching it from the purchase address column. Now moving forward, I am doing the group by operation on city column with an aggregate of quantity ordered using some operation on quantity ordered, and the amount column doing sum on amount column to get the data of city which have the most quantity order, you can say, and also the total sales with respect to city. So I'm writing the code of it. So df dot group by on city column aggregate of by creating new column quantity total quantity, and I'm doing the sum operation on quantity order column to find the total quantity with respect to each city. So sum and also the total sale on amount column, and finding the total sales on amount column by using sum operation. So and now I'm converting into a data frame. So here you can see we have a total quantity and total sales with respect to ECT. Now basically I am sorting this data with respect to total not respect to sorting the data on the basis of descending order of the total quantity. So df dot sort underscore values total quantity ascending is equal to false. So what's the error? Key value. I think one. This is the column name, and I'm passing. So I think df dot. Sorry, not df. Before sorting, I want to save this data in a variable ndf. Now it works. ndf. So make sure after using reset underscore index, if we want to save this data in a data frame, or always remember save this data in by assigning the data in some variables like ndf df. So ndf. So basically ndf. So now, so here we can get the data that San Francisco is the city with the highest quantity orders, and the Austin is the city with the having lowest quantity orders. So now I want to show this data using the bar plot basically. So to do this, I want to save this data. We can save this data as NDF. Yeah, NDF, and I'm using bar plot plt dot bar NDF ct. Yeah, I want to show the total sales basically on the basis of CT. The total, sorry, NDF total sale. Yeah, so I want to resize this graph plt dot figure fixed size. Yeah, 15. Yeah, it looks good. So I'm using some other color for the bar, red color. Yeah. So I want to write X ticks and X ticks not basically. I want to write the X label and Y label for this bar chart. So X label, and I'm writing CT, and for the Y label I'm writing sales, and also I want to specify in 10 line Y label. Yeah, and also using plt dot show. So here you can see the data of total sales with respect to each city. So I want to give the title of this chart as plt dot title city and total sales, city and total sales. Yeah, now I want to show the city and the total quantity. So I want to show the total quantity with respect to city. So same code, but change the y label, y axis. Basically I'm using the total quantity. Yeah, and again using total quantity city and total quantity. So now we can see the total quantity sales with respect to each city. So by here you can observe that the San Francisco is the city with the having the highest total sales and the total quantity sold, and Austin is the city which is having the least total sales and the total quantity sold.